Well, here's something they probably didn't want us to find out. Oops, let's begin. We all know the government were under a lot of pressure to do something to stop the boat people from crossing the channel illegally and therefore entering our country illegally because, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's not exactly the proper legal way of entering the country. And yes, I guess the government could have done what Tony Abbott did with Australia and said something like anyone who enters here by boat will not be allowed to stay, which, as I think Nigel Farage said, would actually probably be the only way to stop the boats, which are of course coming from the safe country of France. So they can't exactly be fleeing anything, can they? Well, apart from the French, that is, but I can't see any reason why they'd want to do that. And I'm guessing that approach would probably also be too much for the modern day woke snowflakes out there and might even make them go more redder than a tomato with sunburn. So I suppose the Rwanda plan was, the nearest that we could realistically get to something like that. But if this story from the Daily Express is anything to go by, then it seems like they were keeping something secret from us, which they more than likely knew. We probably wouldn't exactly be too happy about it because they say that Rwanda only had space for 200. And I don't mean 200,000, I mean just 200 people. That's it, for £120 million. I'm guessing the accommodation surely must have been pretty awesome for that. At the very least, that is. And, it does make me wonder if they called a few lefty lawyers when they found out about it and said something like this. Oh, yes, hello. Now, I was wondering if you could do me a favour. There's been a bit of a problem with their capacity, you see. And I was wondering if you could launch a last-minute appeal to save us from any embarrassment. The article also says that the Rwandan government spokeswoman, Yolande Maglo, I hope I pronounced that right, said officials have identified several accommodation facilities within and around the capital to ramp up the number of beds if needed. Currently, the only place set to accommodate the migrants sent to Rwanda is the Hope Hostel in the heart of Kigali. Asked by reporters how many migrants the Rwandans can currently take in, Miss Makaro admitted it's a couple of hundred. She said the country will be ready to receive thousands in the lifetime of this partnership and can scale up very quickly. And whilst that may be the case, we quite often seem to receive potentially more than double that, which is only bound to increase even more the hotter the weather gets. In fact, who knows? Some may even try to match David Williams and swim the channel. Well, I'm guessing the Rwanda plan must surely have been planned some time before it was announced, which was obviously some time ago in itself, so you'd think, especially after they presumably received £120 million, that they might have upped their capacity from the outset, regardless of how quickly it can actually be done. Also, I wonder if their security checks are like the ones in this video, where an 11-year-old boy was detained for something unbelievable, which surely actually must have been quite traumatic for him. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.